All right, so this is a variation of a list that we've played in the past on stream before. It's been a hot second, though. I don't think we've played this list since the most recent balance patch yet. I don't recall the exact timeline, though. So, Ember Maiden's a really sweet card in this deck. So, 3 drop, 3/2. Round start, deal 1 damage to everything. So, this card's obviously very good against things like discard aggro that have a lot of cheap units that only have 1 point of toughness, and Ember Maiden pairs very well with the target card Star Spring, which heals all of our units by 1 every single turn. So this basically makes Ember Maiden be one-sided in the damage that she deals. And then Ember Maiden's effect synergizes very well with cards like Unscarred Reaver, which get bigger when they survive damage. We also have the slightly more expensive Scar Thane Stefan. And we also have Star Shepherd here, which gets bigger every time you heal a damaged ally. So we have 2 very fantastic 1-drops that start off as O3s and grow very, very large very quickly a lot of the time. Our champions in this deck are Soraka, because we're healing lots of folks, as well as Braum, whose regeneration mechanic here counts as healing for both Star Spring and Soraka's triggered ability. Braum's a really sweet card with Challenger, so the first time he survives damage, he gives you that Mighty Poro, and then he levels when he's survived 10 total points of damage. Braum, as people may or may not know, once upon a time was buffed to have a point of power to start, but then eventually nerfed back down. So Braum in this deck is very good with cards like Bastion, as well as Zenith Blade, that can give him that point of power, because his Challenger combined with regeneration and high toughness means that when you give him points of power, he can help you control the board very elegantly. Zenith Blade is a card that may seem a little bit out of place in this deck because it's not quite as good as Bastion with Braum, but this card giving Overwhelm specifically is very, very good with those initial cheap 1-drops that we talked about, because especially Unscarred Reaver, getting 3 points of attack per time, these cards can very easily see games where they get up into the double-digit attack points, which is phenomenal. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games here with this and see how it goes. Okay, so the Deep. So this is a matchup where we're definitely going to be mulliganing for one of our 6 1-drops to get started with. We full mulligan here, just looking for an aggressive start. Not really stellar. These 3 cards are fine. Avalanche is really not what we're looking for here. This is an anti-aggro card in this archetype. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Argord. Gobble gobble. I think Stargazer's a little clunky. Stargazer also notably has a little bit of anti-synergy with this card specifically. Crystal Ibex is a fine threat. I think you could play that instead of Zenith Blade if you wanted. The downside to Crystal Ibex is that it doesn't give a point of power, so it's a little bit worse paired alongside Braum specifically. Braum really shines when you're able to stack points of power onto him. Hey, thanks for the 19 months, Pickleball Loss. I really appreciate the continued Prime support. Welcome back. Did you find your Toss 3 dork? Did you find your Toss 3 dork? Your Toss 3 dork? Your Toss 3 dork?
Stuff make happy!
Stuff make happy! I assume from the position that we're currently in, we are likely unfavored from here on out. That alongside Ember Maiden could maybe do what we need to do. So this damages our stuff, this heals it, this gets real big real fast. The Deep mechanic, for those not familiar with our opponent's deck, is based around basically a self-mill archetype. It's looking to obliterate cards out of its own deck, so we can get down to 15 or fewer cards to get a bonus with a card like this. There's really no reason for me to attack here, right? Like, this is going to kill these anyways. Attacking kind of just exposes me to Vile Feast here. So we get to get Soraka plus Star Shepherd down here. gonna put this into play because if they want to attack with this, I can block, and then Soraka, or then Ember Maiden kills this next turn. I have not, Dirty Digits. I take that back. I have not played it. I watched Swim play it a little bit. Do you have the Vile Feast?
Master the power of the stars. Master your healing.
I'm trying, but they keep wandering off.
Why, did they have the Vile Feast and they just weren't going to play it? Nope. I guess this is fine still, right? I'm going to open on Avalanche next turn, and then we attack and heal these. So, Soraka will heal both of these when they attack, which will put Star Shepherd to a 4-3. They could have another Vile Feast here or a Warping Whale to kill this, but I think this is probably still our best play. I'm pretty into this trade here. They don't have any chance of going deep this turn, so off 1 mana. Oh, someone should go back and clip the pie at the start. I'm gonna give the pie its own YouTube video later, but I think they said the Gauntlet was Singleton again this week. Can anybody correct me if I'm wrong on that? I thought I heard Singleton.
Not all of us are immortal.
Capitao Sarek, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Really not in a great spot here, huh? I guess we play Broadback Protector to start, so it heals us back up a little bit.
Good to see you too, Vin.
Yeah, like, our opponent is... They're deep now, and we don't have that much pressure in play. I guess maybe Starspring could be an outside shot at taking him down here. I forgot there's a Christmas board. Yeah, we should give Riot some dollars for that.
Stand back.
There's an adorable little baby Yeti too.
Braum is on the job.
On the job. So Soraka can heal this, which will make this a 6-3, which is nice. Maybe I should have opened attacks. That's 7 of 22. Yeah, I assume we're going to be dead to Nautilus before this gets anywhere near going off here. Like I said when the game started, we really needed to find one of our 6 1-drops here, and not having one to start's a pretty big deal.
I'll fight another day.
Was the exhibition? It was, Jace.
Live with the possibilities are infinite.
If I kill you, I don't fortune, stupid.
Yeah, that didn't consume the spell shield because, it wasn't a valid target any longer. I don't know that we have enough cheap spells to consistently leverage Pale Cascade. I'm not sure that it's better than the other tricks that we have available to us. I think we're dead so here, right? I suppose.
I can be patient.
I think we're just dead. I could do this on here to bump into here. We're technically not dead on board, right? So I could do this and go to 3. Where do the 1,600 subs come from? Well, if you're new to the channel, I've been streaming full-time on Twitch as a job for going on 3 years now. Before I started doing Legends of Runeterra stuff, I streamed Magic the Gathering full-time.
Purpose.
As a Magic the Gathering streamer, I was the most subscribed to Magic the Gathering streamer on Twitch. I averaged about 2,600 subscribers per month.
I'm trying, but they
So.
keep wandering off.
Majority of those subs, a small number, I can actually tell you how many of them are gift subs. I have some metrics, but a lot of them are individual subs. Out of those 1,600, there are currently 230 of them are gift subs. Thanks for the sub gift, Niv.
You leave me no choice. Take heart.
So this draws us a card.
Purpose.
+1. Yep. Are we dead? Yeah, I think so. I don't think we had any outs there. We drew the cards we could draw.
Clear.
Like I said, the lack of an aggressive start there is definitely a death knell for us. If we're at all likely to win that matchup, it's going to involve a very, very strong start. Star Shepherd, Ember Maiden is nice. Teemo, Sejani, Ezreal. So this is 3-2-1 or 2-2-2-2-2-1, but we know it's not 2-2-2 because if it was 2-2-2, Ezreal would be in the middle. I think I'm just keeping this hand. This Diversion Path technically turns into a Star Spring, which is great with Shepherd and Maiden here, and Guiding Touch is just a pretty generically good card. Yeah, Elfanda, and like I said, like, I'm very fortunate to have a wife who's supportive on top of a community that's supportive, so I was expecting there to be a hit.
Armed and ready. Adventure starts with mushrooms.
We're doing all right. Nailed it. Didn't even need the paths, chat. Just like we drew it up. JJC, Mike Conqueso, and Elfan Trapo, thanks for the follows. Welcome to Oaklandia. Good to have you here. And then this is a free roll, right? They just won't block, but it's a free attack. Yeah, Timo's gonna get to put some more demon caps into our deck here, but it is what it is. I don't think I take the block here because I don't want to die to Mystic Shot. I definitely want to play Ember Maiden this turn so we can kill him. Now Ember Maiden, I guess that attack could signify a Mystic Shot, so maybe playing Ember Maiden is wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to just bank spell mana there. No, we get the pass. Sick. That's great for us. Oh, really surprised that pass happened. They didn't have a removal spell for this. Maybe they had a pump spell, like a troll chant or something. That doesn't pump attack to kill this. Maybe they just didn't mind running into it.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
Do I hook this because it's the conservative hook, or do I hook this one so I can get extra points on Star Spring and towards Braum's level up potentially? I think I want to be conservative with Braum this turn because I have both Zenith Blade and Bastion in hand to pump him up. I mean, even before I stopped playing Arena, it's been even longer since I stopped playing Magic Online. Magic Online is like really frustratingly bad software. Arena has its issues, obviously. That's why I'm not playing it. But like, Magic Online is even worse in my opinion. So, one of the things you have to understand, Titan O'Clock, is that follower counts are a meaningless metric when it comes to Twitch. So, like, as far as, like, presence matters, like, my viewer count and total watched is still much lower than both Mogwai and BBG, which makes sense, too. Like, not all of my audience came over with me, and not everybody unfollows right away. So, like, for example, as I've been trying other games and doing more Runeterra, none of that, like, I think I've been bleeding, like, 500-ish followers on Twitch per month and 500-ish subscribers on YouTube per month. So it'll be interesting to see, like, where those metrics stabilize. There's also a lot of people that just, like, don't unfollow and they just ignore people in their follower list when they're not playing a game that they don't want to see. So, like, there's a good chance that, like, I keep a follower base that just, like, isn't interested in watching what I'm currently playing. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to use some of my mana here to Zenith Blade. Speaking of follows, Vicer, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Oaklandia. This game's really well done, sheeps. Not only is Riot an excellent software company, so the quality of the software is stellar, but the quality of the gameplay is probably the best gameplay of any card game I've ever played. Past just things being great about the game, the economy and how friendly it is to the players is great. Not only is it free-to-play friendly, but as someone who doesn't care about free-to-play and spends on games, this game has the best pay-to-play economy of any game I've ever played as well. You can literally buy any deck outright for like 30 bucks or less if you don't want a free-to-play grind. Alright, so this is gonna get Timo leveled up, and he's gonna put us to 30 puff caps and 30 cards. Thankfully, Braum with Bastion can hook and kill him next turn. So puff caps are kind of like traps that are on my deck. So this will go up to 40 puff caps in 30 cards. So whenever we draw a puff cap, we'll take damage. How healthy is the game balance-wise? Legends of Runeterra has the most diverse and interesting metagame of any card game I've ever played ever. The devs are very transparent with their data. They have a public API, and they communicate with us past that, and their goal is to make sure that no deck is more than 15% of the metagame at any given point. Usually, the top deck represents around 10% of the format. Icy Nightmares, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Hooglandia. I assume you're familiar with Magic with the questions that you're asking since you're in here. So, like, to compare, the current Runeterra format is comparable to, like, what Modern in Magic was at its best in terms of deck diversity. Well, how about we put this Zenith Blade here? Huh? Do I proactively Bastion this so they can't flash freeze it? I think that's the play, right? We just Bastion this proactively, and then we throw this on it. Happy Thanksgiving, Omnom. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there hanging out. Lila Cow, welcome to Oglandia. Thanks for the follow. This is one of the reasons why we're playing Zenith Blade in the deck. She's got Overwhelm and now has 18 power.
Winter take you.
That's really good. So this is notably a play effect which gets around Spell Shield. So this is still going to be huge and to have Overwhelm. But it no longer gets to get them this turn. I'm going to attack... Actually, I shouldn't attack with this one. We definitely want to kill this little devil. But this running into here doesn't make sense because Ember Maiden's going to kill this next turn anyways. The Straw Man. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. We're at 9 here, and there's 38 puff caps in our deck, and this is going to double them up again next turn, so there is a very real chance that we don't get to live to kill them with this. Alright, if they don't open attacks, we can do that to kill Teemo.
Who goes there?
Who goes there? They could have various pump spells for Teemo here. This does kill a lot of our stuff as well.
Fury spill from the sky.
Oh, I think we've died, huh? Yep. Close game. Ice Veil Archerous Life. One of the few things we couldn't beat there. Mystic shot into a Frostbite or like 2 Frostbite effects could have gotten us the previous turn too, but... Is there a video I could watch, like a tutorial? So there is, this video from, Tolarian Community College that's very reasonable, but honestly, I'd recommend just installing the client. The in-game tutorial is one of the best in any game of any genre I've ever played. It's very, very well done. And past the required tutorial levels, there are also a bunch of optional, like, challenge levels that you can get into as well. Christmas board. I'm going to write a note so we don't forget this time. Sajani Tryndamere, Freljord Target. That's an interesting region combination for these. I'm going to mulligan these two. My opponent's likely playing a more controlling deck.
It's a big responsibility to shepherd stars.
How much does a complete Runeterra collection cost? I don't know, but you could figure it out mathematically very easily.
Let the flames take you.
You realistically, like, because you don't have to buy stuff you don't want, you don't really need a full collection right away. Like, I honestly would never recommend, as a whale, as someone who whales in basically every card game I've ever played, I don't think I would ever recommend anybody put more than $100 into Runeterra to start, even if you wanted to go all in, because you'll be surprised how far that first $100 will go, and by the time you're bored with whatever you got for that first $100, the random free rewards are so generous, there's probably a good chance that you could just build something else past that anyways, because you'll just have different stuff from just playing the game, from your region roads and your random vaults.
I'll spot him.
So I don't really want to avalanche yet because this will currently die. So I think the play is we do this to draw a landmark, which then the landmark will heal this and make it bigger, and then we can avalanche the next turn.
The War Mother will unite us all.
It's a chunky monkey chat.
I feel better when you feel better.
We have this Dorko to heal up with a little bit at least. Dennis, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Oglandia. Good evening to everybody hanging out tonight. That's terrifying. Alright, well, we'll do this to start, I suppose. What lineup am I planning to bring for the seasonal tournament? I haven't quite figured that out yet, JC. Huh?
The Star Child. I'll clear a path for you.
Good to see you too, Vin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Together.
Their archetype doesn't really have reach, so I think I'm just gonna take this hit here.
We're all family here.
And when I hit skip blocks, they don't get the opportunity to play anything like Pale Cascade, which is nice. I have a full collection, been playing since closed beta, and I've spent 123 USD, and I have about half of the cosmetics. Yep. Yeah, Riot, the way Riot has structured everything in this game, it really shows that they're going for the we'd rather get
Close your eyes.
$10 from 1,000 people rather than $1,000 from 10 people.
For life.
We get to draw a card with this here too, which is great.
Possibilities are infinite. Live with purpose.
I feel better when you feel better.
Get some chunkers there, which is nice.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
The signal fires.
And then these are both gonna get Xbox Huge next turn because all these heals are gonna happen. And then this is gonna heal me back up to 8. And then if they don't open attacks here, I guess Avalanche isn't actually good, huh?
Pain is nothing.
Alright, well if that's happening anyways, we definitely just Avalanche, right? Do I... If I Avalanche this, and this die, I chump block here. I take 6. I go to 2. I die to Pale Cascade or Fury of the North with that sequence. I'm kind of dead to those cards anyways, though, right?
Time to enjoy the night sky.
I guess I could Braum. And then Braum hops in front of here. This trades here. Like, block. Alright, I think I've talked myself into playing Braum.
On the job.
You have nothing to smile about.
If they have a pump spell, we're in kind of a medium spot regardless.
Attack! Please don't hurt them.
You are safe with Braum. Another obstacle.
Go no further.
Yeah, I guess we're dead to the pump spell regardless.
I understand.
Yeah, so still dead to both Pale Cascade and Fury of the North here. We do have cards in our hand and mana up, so maybe they choose to play around something, but if I was in the opponent's spot, I'd definitely make us have it here. If I put Raka in front of Sajani, we're not dead to Pale Cascade. That's probably true.
Consulted the stars.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd rather just be dead to their tricks. Okay. I mean, that Sajani's really nice now, but
I refuse.
Stay strong.
that Trell chanted actual nothing. That is correct.
I've got these.
Live with purpose.
So I have 11 total mana here. So I can go Scarthane, Broadback, and Avalanche.
We'll take what we need to survive.
Hey, thanks, Beck. I really appreciate that. It makes sense to Avalanche there and wipe their board. No, I get to Avalanche now, and this puts damage on this Ancient Unity. And now this Avalanche triggers both of these. So we're avalanching. It's just gonna do more.
What will you have?
By starlight. You leave me no choice.
I think I want to draw a card here.
Take heart. Live.
I have to give this up though. It's a good pickup.
Let's talk about your tab.
Starspring is lethal here, right? Right? Am I reading that right? I click OK and we win? Alright. Hashtag sometimes lucky. I can't believe they didn't have Pump Spell on their previous turn. Yeah, opponent's block's really not great against Starspring. That's accurate. One is not 0. They are definitely different numbers. Alright, on the scoreboard at least. Ash Sajani. I'm gonna full mulligan looking for cheap Dorkos here also. Looking for some more 1-drops here, an Ember Maiden. It isn't sexy. I forgot the Christmas board again. I was so excited we won. Damn it, Jeff. I think Spell Mana might be the single best thing about Runeterra. It's probably the most innovative thing about Runeterra. So something I've talked about a lot is that obviously the linear mana progression that Hearthstone was one of the innovators of in the digital space fixed resource variants that games like Magic had before it, right? Spell Mana goes one step further, and Spell Mana addresses what's referred to as curve variants that a lot of decks have in these other games. As a Thanksgiving present, I'm going to give you a choice of a couple decks that I think you might like. Sounds good. Press a pick.
These stories were true.
Maiden was very good there. You are not wrong. Congrats, Dennis. It's almost Masters. What do I want to do this turn? I'm gonna play Braum, so they don't have a good attack with this. And then I might Guiding Touch her.
I need just a moment.
It's really rude.
I'm through waiting.
You're mine.
So do I take this trade
Dance in the flames.
to keep my life total high? I think the answer is no. Braum's not going to make a 3-3. He only makes a 3-3 when he survives damage.
Embers and smoke.
Fight another day.
Obviously, that Guiding Touch looks bad after we draw this, but I think it's correct there.
I learned my scars. I will unite the Freljord. Osu can sniff out any star anywhere.
And then, obviously, we're going to play Maiden here to kill this.
Let the flames
Can't let this survive another turn.
breathe it in.
So as much as I want to play Scarthane to get it hit by Ember Maiden next turn, I really don't think I can justify not playing a 4-drop this turn because I'm on 6 mana, because then next turn I can play 4+3.
Our mountain groves are full of dangers, but I know them all. The War Mother will unite us all.
Astral's not terrible. Do we just like Braum into Astral Braum, get in there? And then just like curl up in a little ball when they calling strike us?
Is it the mustache?
Is
Who
it the
knows?
mustache? Get to have you back, Dirty Digits. Hope your move went well.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
So now the problem here is if they have a harsh wind, they just like make all our stuff not block. It's a decent draw. So it's a Star Spring. That is exactly what we didn't want to see, so we're dead. That's their last card, too. Always. And they had one more.
Don't touch my flock.
My pumpkin pie turned out lovely. Thank you for asking. We started the evening stream with me eating it. Prue Contetta, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Hoaglandia. We had enough filling too that I actually ended up making a second pie. Although I might freeze the second pie. Eating 2 entire pies might be a stretch for me on my own. So we get 2 guardians. We get the board. We get the card back. How much is the board on its own? This is 10. The guardian is... Was that the only way? Is the pack the only way to get the Christmas one? Is this an emote? Is that what this is? Frel Overwhelm and Vi Timo Gems. Oh, this is the board. I don't think I really want these two. I think I'm just gonna get these two. I want the Dorka. I want the Oompa because she reminds me of Haley. I don't think I want to spend $7 extra for the other two. Beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Do 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 do. What does it? Is it Christmassy music? It better be Christmassy music. Yeah, I can dig it. Generic Christmassy instrumental. I think this is probably a little slow. Actually, maybe not. Draven AZ is usually more mid-rangey. Okay, I'm gonna keep this actually. Starspring might be a viable victory path here. Hey, cheers to you too, Precipic. Oh, look how cute she is! That's excellent.
Time for a true display of skill. Sounds dangerous. I'm in. Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
So the deck list on your screen, Vio, is actually on your end. Yeah, you can minimize that one.
Destruction feeds my fire. Breathe in. They'll never feel the cold.
Listen to how cute and squeaky she is. For people that are new to the channel, I have a 5-month-old baby girl in the house, and this, the animations on this are stellar and very, very 5-month-old baby. The chewing on the foot really sells it. Anybody really sells it. For anybody that's had a small child knows they like to eat their own feet. They like to eat most everything. They explore the world with their mouths, but Yeah. The foot chewing specifically is something Haley does frequently. Alright, if they don't open here for some reason, I get to Avalanche. I get to... I probably don't Avalanche, actually, right?
It's Draven time.
I think I'm gonna play Scarthane here, and then plan to Astral Protection this when they Mystic Shot it. I think is my plan.
I don't miss.
This might be taking a little bit too much damage on my end.
Firing.
A second Ember Maiden. See what they do. Could play Scarthane as a follow-up, or Guiding Touch plus Reaver, depending on what they do here. I guess the Ember Maiden's a little dangerous because it technically shoots me too. Worth noting we could use Touch on ourselves, but we are technically losing a life each turn to Ember Maiden. And this Star Spring's pretty far off of winning the game. I mean, this one's gonna die at the start of turn next turn. But yeah, this one that's been in play is potentially ridiculous. You're not wrong. The webcam life total is down to 10 because I have reduced the price for submitting decks back down to $10. That's the price tag that submitting decks was when I was doing Magic full time, and I'm planning to do more Runeterra stuff than I've been doing, so I want to drop it back down to get more submissions, to have more things to fill out. Okay, I mean, if we don't die here, we could potentially kill a Scarthane next turn.
Just another winter.
Alright, fingers crossed this is lethal next turn. We got Guiding Touch that hopefully means we're not dead to a burn spell. And then we've got these for 6 extra, so this is going up to 21.
We'll make quick work of you.
Watch them Mystic Shot us, and then this draws a second mushroom with only 5 mushrooms in 20 or 4 and 26.
Stand strong.
Evening Hooshoes. Good news. Good news is I get to play Broadback Protector here. The bad news is we're pretty far behind on board. Well, I guess we're technically ahead on board, but we're no longer close to killing them, right?
I learned my scars.
I learned my scars.
I'll protect you.
Depending on what they play out here, Avalanche could kill them after we play these. We're looking to dodge Ezreal number 2 here. Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on the sweater already. But you keep on forgetting. Oh, did I miss a donation? Leona Yasuo and Hoagland. Thank you for the tip, Dave. I appreciate it. So if I put this here, I'm not dead to this attacking me, and then I can go Scarthane into Avalanche and have them dead to open attacks, right?
Don't touch my flock.
Because this will be 3 and this will be 5. Oh no, this is a blocker still. I'm dumb.
Take what we need to
I'm dumb.
survive.
We're not treating.
Winter's claw. Juice.
Been a tough step for this one. I'll give it one more shake before we wrap it up, I think, but it's been a lot of large monsters that don't really care about Braum's stat line. It is a lovely background. Riot does their cosmetics up very nicely. Yasuo, Leona. So easy Avalanche mulligan. I think I'm looking at the rest of these looking for an Ember Maiden to pair with this. Christy, did you see this little one? It's a little baby girl Yeti.
I've got these.
Raise your weapon, Sunwind. Devotion to battle.
If you watch her long enough, she not only sucks on her thumb, but she also chews on her foot.
Destruction feeds my fire.
One thing I have to say I do wish they do with their boards is I really wish the tactile feedback wasn't limited to the premium boards that are $12. So their boards are divided between some are 10 and some are 12 bucks, and only the $12 ones get the extra tactile. You can click on them.
Punish transgressions.
Heal this up so that way It survives a couple of rounds here to deal damage to everything, I think.
Sleep is for the guiltless.
So let's get Raka down here. Or do we Zenith Blade here? I think I'm kind of into Zenith Blade. If Guiding Touch to heal it if they try and do something to it.
Our sun will not set today. Brothers born from battle.
Let's get Scarthane down so that way we can start get him charged up here too. We have another Zenith Blade for that one as well.
Chosen of the sun.
Her light rules the heavens.
Sunlight lines. Worthy of the winter's claw! Ow! My first scar!
Our mountain groves are full of dangers, but I know
Block drop this is just an okay blocker.
Ours is the one true light.
To shine like the sun, you must burn like it! In the War Mother's name!
This O3's probably a chump block this turn. Have a good one, Insanity. Thanks for dropping in tonight.
Follow the horizon.
Wow, that's the only attack? I think I just go to 8. We're gonna get to heal up here anyways. Okay. So now I have to decide, is it worth running into a potential Daybreak card here, stunning and killing this to get Zenith Blade down on here? I feel like the answer is yes, because I think there's a good chance. I think there's a good chance they have. I'm not beating a Yon either way.
Underestimate me. I dare you.
To heal and protect.
I'll leave that first part to you, Soraka.
You leave me no choice.
Do I need to heal this? I guess the upside to healing this is if they have a Steel Tempest, it survives. So that's probably worthwhile.
I can be patient. Live with purpose.
Power before our might.
Worthy of the winter's claw!
Would have preferred no Steel Tempest there, obviously, but at least we played around it. Steel Tempest is also Yasuo's champion spell, so worth noting that they're extra likely to have it in that instance.
Worthy of the winter's claw!
I'm gonna make a command for Bloodborne. What does this do?
Stars, hear me. Take heart by the power of the stars. Live with purpose. Master the power of the stars.
Is backtracking the accepted jargon for that in those types of games? Is that the appropriate jargon?
Let us get going.
Well, this attack makes no sense, right?
I dare you.
Everybody takes the damage. You take a damage, and you take a damage. I don't think we can really kill this, right? I think I'm gonna overwrite this here. At this rate, Emberbane might kill them. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Feet were made for roaming and kicking.
Set him up. We'll knock him down.
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Have we died? I'm not dead yet. We will be soon, but not quite yet. Wait. I'm so confused. Why did this take the first hit? Why did this take the first... Wait, what? Oh, it's a 7 attack. Oh, they choose the order. Got it. They chose the order. Yeah, I should have done that. I was thinking Yasuo only had 5 attack, but he's +2. Yeah, that's my bad. Alright, now we're dead. Now we're dead. I don't think we were winning that anyways, but yeah, I think I'm gonna shelve this one. So this was a deck that we had played earlier in the format. That's actually a good example of how sometimes when formats get more varied, it edges out some edge case things. So, for example, when we played this deck towards the start of the format, the big thing that was different last time we played this was the discard aggro deck was a lot more prevalent. And with the nerfing of ramp and the other adjustments that have happened, mid-range decks have become more prevalent. And there's still some discard aggro, but it's not like every, 5th or 6th match like it once was. So the number of decks in the format where this round start deal 1 damage to everything is like a super powerful effect is less common. So this overall just felt kind of slow and clunky. Like, what Braum and this package was doing just feels worse than like what you could be doing with Kench overall, as far as pairing with Soraka goes. All right, anyway.